Hello guys, it's Stacy here. This is my first video in probably 2.5 years. I have been off YouTube for a while and I just thought I'd come on here because I've had a lot of people message me and say, hey, what have you been doing? And, are you going to make journals anymore? Or, that kind of stuff. So, hey, I thought I'd come and show you some of my journals that I've been doing and kind of give you a little update on the direction my life took the last couple of years. And yeah, so I have never really shared these before, so this is very strange to me, and it's really strange to be back on YouTube because I haven't been used to talking behind the camera or anything. So let's get started. So I'm going to start with this one. This was the first one here, where it all began. These are digitals from Jenny May June, her Patreon. And I put together this little journal from a paper bag. And just so you know, I made them all the same. So all the covers, or whether they're different sizes or not, they're all stitched to the spine. So instead of this being over here and glued on this way, I put the cover on top and stitched it. So they're all that same way. But here's the first one. These are such fun digitals that she had in her Patreon. And the reason I joined her Patreon at this point is she had Alien Girl Summer, and it was going to take, that's pretty much how I felt coming into this journal here. So, and I'll explain why. So I'll just start with this one really quickly. So like I said, these are her digitals, and I got these stars from in a Happy Mail, and these were just some scrap fabric I had in my stash. So, and this was the Patreon mail tier that she had. We got these little things that she made up for us. They were so fun. I just love the bright colors, and I really wanted something bright and cheery. So this journal here, I started on May 31st of 2022, and I finished it on August 31st. And I called it the Lost Summer of Atlantis. Here's just some purchases that I made. I took a lot of pictures throughout all my journals, so just some purchases that I made, a Band of Weirdos, and then this one was Jushma. She was a Canadian artist. And here's where it all began. And here's me with my Mega Pint Hearsay Mega Wine Company. Anybody else watch the Johnny Depp trial? Anyway, I'm a huge Johnny Depp fan. So anyway, this is where it began. This is a picture I took on my birthday. So I started this May 31st, and I called it my unhappy birthday. Just 2 weeks prior to my birthday, I was diagnosed with triple negative breast cancer at stage 3. I had found out in early January that I had a lump, and by the time I had my mammogram in April, it had moved very aggressively into my lymph nodes and was hugely taking over in my lymph nodes. So that's where this all began. So this is my unhappy birthday. So I thought that I would take a picture of myself right before my journey, because I know that I'll probably never look the same again. Anyway, let's just continue, because I hope this doesn't trigger anybody to, if anybody's had breast cancer, and I know I've talked to so many of you about it, that, yeah, I just want you to know, as we get along here, I do have some good news. I had some bad news and good news, and then, but I'll update you where I am, but not all these are about all that. I just thought it was really important to start documenting my journey so that my daughter could have these, just in the case of anything. So I'll just flip through really quickly on just some of my pages and what I did. I did a lot of journaling. I did pages with collages, and sometimes I just printed these little things off on the internet. A million dreams are keeping me awake. And it's funny when you get a diagnosis like cancer, all the things that keep you up at night that you wish you had done, or, all that stuff. So here's a picture of my front porch. This was kind of my favorite reading spot. The reason I put this picture in here is because this was a couple years ago when everything was painted really nicely, and I've since just recently painted it all and to look that again, but this 2 summers of going through cancer meant that everything just fell apart. The painting was run down, and so it was just a reminder of what things look like and what I can make it look like again. And I just love my front porch. So anyway, so here is June 7th. I began chemo. So Tuesdays were always my chemo day. This is pictures of my friend who came with me to my appointment and helped me on my journey. Her name is Kathy. So I just wrote about that. And this was a little tag from Totes of Hope. We got every cancer patient starting got a tote that was donated full of lots of goodies. So Tuesdays were also the days that Chris and I, my daughter, we watched Only Murders in the Building. We loved that show on Disney Plus. And let me tell you, chemo did not alter my eating habit, or my appetite, I mean, because I kept my appetite was really good. And I craved hamburgers. I craved all the stuff that I had craved when I was pregnant for her. It was so strange. So anyway, and it was important for me to keep my weight up. So I did put on a little bit of weight, and it really helped me during chemo. So, and I did have to have 5 months of chemo. So, okay, so one of the things that I really enjoyed about Jenny's printables is because they were so fun and bright, and the whole alien theme felt to me, because I know that when you lose your hair and your eyelashes and you have no body hair and eyebrows, that I felt like an alien. And I just thought that this was my alien summer, and I wanted to be positive and run with that. So I really had a lot of fun with all her stuff. So I made this was one of her printables. Just decorated it and put that was from just a little copy from her Patreon. And at the time, she doesn't offer it anymore, but at the time it was her Patreon tier that I was in offered Happy Mail. So every month I'd get little Happy Mail, and it was a really blessing to me at that time because I couldn't wait to get the next month's Happy Mail. So this one was the June. So I believe that was the first one. In there, we took our little Mimi. She's a little wiener dog. We took her to London. London is, when I refer to London, it's an hour from my home, and that we seem to go there a lot for certain things. But we went and had that service where they, instead of putting her, putting her out to clean her teeth, it's a service, they swaddle them, and it's like a spa, and they clean their teeth while they're swaddling them. So it was so fun, and she apparently fell asleep, and we did the before and afters, and she had a lot of fun with that, and now she's got the cleanest teeth ever. So this was just a little spread I wanted to do to commemorate Olivia Newton-John with her breast cancer journey. I wanted to make this look like an old high school scrapbook spread, and I thought I did pretty good. And of course I added John Travolta's wife, Kelly Preston, who also lost her battle to breast cancer as well. So yeah, I had a lot of fun with that one. So these are some printables from February and June, Lydia's, and some stickers. This is the Disney Villains Tarot deck. What I had done is I just wrote about how I got rid of a whole bunch of the old tarot decks that I had on Marketplace that just didn't resonate with me, so I wanted to get this one, so I had a lot of fun with this one. This was a day where we had Starbucks, and my cup said spread kindness that day. And this is just a picture of some lasagna, because a lady that used to own a restaurant, local restaurant, an Italian lady who makes fresh focaccia bread, everything, she dropped off the mother load for Chris and I, and we had such a good dinner, and dinners for a few days with all the goodies that she dropped off to us. That was so nice. These are flowers from a customer of mine, and I just wrote about my, how I met her and how I appreciate her. She's been a great customer. I had a little fun with some paints. These are just little tickets I made out of Jenny's Patreon. These are the fabulous ladies that have been saving my life, and I haven't had a chance to write on the back on sort of my review of them. I don't know if anybody's ever done this. You take a review of the people that have helped, your journey of being sick, or especially when you go through cancer, you see specialists and everything. Anyway, these are fabulous ladies, and they're not the only people that I'm involved with, but they were the best. And then I wrote about, just lots of journaling about, there's my sewing machine. I had, just before finding out I had cancer, I had bought myself a new Juki. So I didn't really get a chance to play around with it too much until now. Like actually now that me and this Juki are best friends, we make a lot of stuff right now. So I even made my first quilt recently too. So, and this portion is just about me getting rid of all my hair. I tried on a long wig that I had bought and a short wig. And I did have a hospital stay because the chemo reacted for the first set of chemo that I had, put me in the hospital for a couple of days, just fever, and they had to watch me, but everything went okay. Here's Canada Day. I felt good enough that Chris and I went and saw Jurassic World, and these were like these tickets that Jenny had in her Patreon, and I just wrote about how we felt about the movie. I usually had to wait and day by day to see how I felt when we did what we did that day. So I tried to keep as busy as I could, and staying outside was a blessing, especially since summer is my favorite month. Being outside first thing in the morning was the best thing that I could have ever done. Here's the tickets from my wigs that I had got. I had kept my cancer so quiet that when the wig that I was wearing, everybody thought it was my own hair because it was like a bob that came down around the front. And yeah, I had so many people that didn't even know. So, and I kept it to myself. I was pretty private about it. So there's just some journaling I did, and I liked the saying from Bruce Lee about not speaking negatively about yourself. So here's some art supplies that Chris and I got from Amazon. She finally got me to watch Encanto. I did some journaling. There's some pages in here from Release the Craftin'. I added a few of my favorite YouTubers. When you're off kind of sick and you're not really going anywhere, you have to, I'm grasping at adding a lot of my favorite things in here. So I don't know if any of you guys watch Jonna Jinton, but this is her YouTube channel and she is fabulous. But one of the things that resonated with me on one of her YouTubes was talking about being like the bison. And be like the bison, they don't run away and seek shelter like other animals do. They go through it and face the hardest parts so that they can come out on the other side much faster. We are in a time of deep transformation. It's more important than ever not to hide from things that are uncomfortable. Go right into the storm of fear. We are meant to go through storms. So I just thought I'd put that in there. Anyway, I really appreciate her channel. You should check her out. I'm sure most of you do it. She's so popular. Okay, here's another movie. We went to see Thor: Love and Thunder, and of course, I was a little shocked the first few scenes of the movie was Jane having chemo, so that I didn't even know at the beginning of the movie that was happening. So Chris and I just kind of looked at each other and we're like, oh, wow. So anyway, a good movie. It was a little cheesy in parts, but we love that. We love anything that has to do with the Avengers. So one of the things that I got was, I had a few donations given to us. So one of them was we were able to go and stay in a hotel out of town overnight and go out for dinner. So these are just the receipts from that. And we were able to stay at the hotel in London that had a pool. Krista got to swim. We did a little bit of shopping. I felt pretty good. There's just a pocket in there with some lists. This was a day we spent at the waterfront here in Sarnia, and there was a little art vendors out, so I bought a couple of little paintings, little collage paintings there. That was August. Just a little collage I did with some drawing. And here we had stopped by to see our friend Jessie's new kitty. And this is Chris working on, see there's my little journal right there. She was doing watercolors for the first time and with some of her sketching, so she wasn't sure if she really liked that though. She's really into sketching with pencil, but I'm trying to encourage her to try other mediums. And one of the other YouTubers is Jenny May June. I was on her joined her Patreon as well, so that's her. Doesn't show up as much there for some reason. And this was some happy mail I got from Dolly, who's Gypsy Rose Paper Magic. And this was just a little tag I wrote about. Dolly and I had been trying to meet up in 2019. I was in Florida near where she lives. We were at Disney, and we got stranded at Disney for 5 days extra because flights were canceled for Hurricane Dorian, and she had to go to work, and we ended up not being able to meet up, so that was a bummer. So we've been talking about having a meetup since. And this was just a little happy mail package that she sent me to do some collaging, and I took this with me when I did my treatments, my chemo treatments, because I was in there for like 3 or 4 hours, and she made this nice little kit of collage bits and stickers. And yeah, I really appreciate you, Dolly. You've been a great person through all this. Thank you. And just some other journaling. I had some cousins visit. Here's a list of the books I read at just in this time. Some podcasts, The Daily Stoic and the Lannis, and then here's some books, audiobooks with Audible. This is just from Jenny's Patreon, and I just talked about cleaning up my files. I just did little things being off. And then this is Chris's birthday, July 30th, and she turned 13. And these are some of the things that I had bought from some small Etsy shops. She got some little handmade earrings that coincide with Toilet Bound, which is an anime. And these are all anime characters. I just talked about how proud I am of her. And then this is, if anybody watches Chateau de Lalande, the Chateau Diaries, I've been a Patreon for quite a while. I don't even know when I started. It was back through the pandemic when everybody was watching. So it's a postcard I got from the tier. So here it is here. So there's Stephanie's channel. And from Stephanie's channel, I started following Michael at Doing It Ourselves and Anna and Ed at Bourdeaux Life. I really like watching about all the chateaus in France and stuff. And one of my favorite channels nowadays even more is Billy Petherick. He's hilarious, and he does some really great work. He's last year bought a convent and was changing that into like fixing it up. And then Tyler and Todd, they are a Canadian couple from Canada here, and they are building an off-grid home, and all of their adventures that they get up to, they're so fun to watch too. And what do we got? I got some blank pages in here. This is not completely full. And then, I don't know if anybody watches Isabel Page. She's another YouTuber, but I always said that my daughter looks just like Isabel Page. I took this picture because they're like very similar. They look like sisters. Here's Carissa that summer watering the grass at the neighbors. She had a little summer job doing that between babysitting, and then when they were away, she got to pay to water their gardens and stuff. And these are all the animes that she tortured me with. And actually, I really, really, really loved Demon Slayer. I wouldn't even mind watching it all again. And I didn't mind Toilet Bound. And we watched a lot of the Spirited Away and the My Neighbor Totoro, and I can't remember the Studio Ghibli, I guess, is that's the name of the different movies. So I had a lot of fun watching that too. Chris and I got some donations from the Legacy Lapper. One of my customers was so sweet and put our name through, and we got a lot of special things from them. And one of the things was a beautiful quilt that the ladies had made me, and it was donated to us, and some pottery. And the funny thing about this is the ladies all make them, and then they take them to this what ended up being my cousin, who is a long arm quilter, and she quilted them all. So it was so fabulous that she was the one that actually quilted this. So that is pretty special. I and I love how bright the colors were. So I really appreciate that. It was so nice to have it. And then today I am not okay. That's okay. I did a lot of journaling about how crappy I felt and my up and down days. And anybody who knows me knows that I am a huge Depeche Mode fan. We lost one of our little Depeche Mode guys here, Andrew Fletcher, and I've been told that his World in My Eyes was his favorite song out of Depeche Mode, so I just put the lyrics there. And here is a new tarot deck I bought, and I'll see if I can reach it. It is called Mystic Martian Oracle. I love it. It is so fun. I was just very much into the alien, as you can see, even into the next journal here. I really loved more alien stuff. But being abducted by aliens might just be the vacation I need at this point. So anyway, here's the next month. This was July's Patreon, and she had like made a little zine, so that was really fun. And I'll just clip that in there. So yeah, some crappy painting. We met some friends at the beach. This is a picture of Lake Huron here, right near our house. We're about 5-10 minutes away from this beach. Krista got her first bathing suits in a while, so she's feeling like a big girl now. New bathing suits. And we met up with some friends here and had a couple different beach days here. Let's see what else we got. Oh, I made a little page for my mob guys. I love mob shows and everything. And James Caan is probably my favorite here, and then Ray Liotta. But yeah, hey, as long as De Niro and Pacino are not on these, that's fine with me. Ugh, I don't want to have to do a page of De Niro. He's just my absolute favorite. These are just more writing, lots of writing, just some, what do you call these? Just some stuff off. Oh, Krista got it was a Pokemon backpack that I had pre-ordered from her from a long time ago, and it finally came. Here's our cards that I've received. And this is a digital from Release the Craft In. I can't remember. Among the Stars, I think that it's called. She was one of the people that reached out to me and said, like, are you creating anymore? What are you doing? And then so I told her what was going on, and she was so kind and gifted me this digital kit. And I've been working on some journals, so I just wanted to showcase a page here that these are her beautiful journals kits. And I picked this page because I'm a Gemini and I'm ruled by Mercury. So let's see what else we got in here. Oh, I had ordered some things from Dolly's shop, and this was just the cards that she sent. And there's her business card right there, Gypsy Rose Paper Magic. And this was some journaling I did. A customer had, one of my hair customers. I did try to do a few of my hair customers when I was off sick. It was hard some days, but I have such sweet customers. They've hung out there with me. This was one of Lydia's. I just cut it off one of her digital pages from her Patreon. And then these are all just from this time frame, all of the parking tickets I had to go and get between mammos, oncology appointments, and chemo. All right, so let's go to this one take a look here. So I made this one. This is a little bit bigger, but it's made the same way. It's nice and chunky, and this was from Jenny's Patreon as well, Jenny May June. So this one here I made just a little pocket, not a pocket, a little window here with some stuff in it. I'm sorry for the glare. This is one of Dolly's stickers. This was from one of her Patreons as well. And on the back I put one of Lydia's stars from her images. I just cut it out from one of the pages. So yeah, I just had a lot of fun just sticking stuff down. I just wanted to put something really positive at the beginning here. So like I said, anybody knows me knows Depeche Mode's like one of my favorites. So, but one of my favorite songs of all time is But Not Tonight. It's by Depeche Mode. It's just a song that it just evokes so much happiness and memories, and back to grade 9 when I was going into high school and all the fabulous people I met. I'll leave a link down below with all the other links I'll leave for the Patreon people that I talk about here. Just if you want to hear it, anybody who's, you don't have to be into Depeche Mode to appreciate this song, that's for sure. So this was a page I did. I had kind of got bad news that the chemo was not working in my cancer. So it was panicking us a little bit because I wasn't improving at this point. Chris's first day of starting grade 8. And these are Jen's from Painty Hands. These are her digitals from her Patreon. And I followed along with some of her little prompts that she did for September, or September tags for prompts or whatever. And then here's a reading I did with that Mystic Oracle. I like to do, I do a little reading. What I do is I scan my cards so that I can use them in my journals. And then I write on the back. And then this is just more writing. And Chris and I went to the Pinery Market in Grand Bend, about an hour away, and we had just a nice day out. She really appreciated this guy who had bonsai trees, and he was teaching her about the samurai swords, and she really liked that. And we had fish and chips, and she had pierogies, I had fish and chips, and they weren't very good, so I was a bit disappointed. Just some pictures. Oh, and we grabbed kettle corn on the way home. Love kettle corn. Make a wish. Good things are going to happen. It's all perspective. I would have to say that even though I had a lot of ups and downs, I kept pretty positive during all this cancer crap. Anyway, here's one of Jen's pages from her Patreon, and here I did another thing here of hers. I don't know if I can see. You can see that. And then I did some journaling on the inside. Just another little spread I did. Chris and I had talked about dreaming. We had dreamt about, well, we dream about going on a cruise. So I just did a little spread on that. And then I did a little page to honor Her Majesty the Queen, that when she passed away. That was really sad. I have always loved this picture of her in growing up in public school. This was in the hallway, and it was one of my favorite pictures. So I did find it on the internet and print it off. And I put a little acetate here. Some of these things are from Daphne's diary that I found, and I just kind of made a little interactive piece there. I love all things royal, so, and here's some more. It was pizza night and just some journaling. Just one of Jenny's Patreon Happy Mails at the time. I just did some journaling there. Here is some of the shows I was binge watching. This was the second time I went through Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. Anybody watch that on Amazon? I love the show, and I totally wish that I lived in this era, because the wardrobe from that show was so fabulous. Ugh, and she is just fantastic. The cast was amazing. They talk so much. I can't believe how much dialogue that they have to learn. Holy crap. This was another little oracle that I have, the Crow Tarot or whatever. I can't remember. What's the name of this? I'll have to put a link down below for that. This was another, I just, what do you call that? Scanned it, did a little, put it in there as my little part of my tarot journaling. I don't normally tarot journal in my regular journals. I have other journals for that, but here's the full moon spread. Carissa did the Terry Fox. Anybody who's in Canada knows Terry Fox was running across cancer back in the 70s. And he lost his battle during that time. But every September, we still to this day do the Terry Fox run. And Carissa did. She made the sticker, was put on her back, and she was running for my mom, which was me. And I love it. I'm so proud of her. And she did really well, and she finished the run. And these are all the audibles that I was listening to, my Audible books. I really enjoyed these ones, Mel C and Matthew McConaughey's book. I love Alice Hoffman, so there's two of hers. And the reason we were doing Count of Monte Cristo, it's one of my favorite movies of all time, but Carissa was doing that at school, so I just downloaded and listened to it. And then here's some more. Some podcasts. Oh yeah, some of these were podcasts that Lori Weber mentioned to me about watching. So she gave me a nice little list of things to listen to while I was at chemo as well. And here's we had ice cream day and checklist of stuff, just some papers, and then things I saw in a magazine that resonated with me. Here was I was at chemo number 13, and it got canceled. This is, was all set. They had already hooked me up to start putting the chemo through, and my surgeon had called and said, no more cancer, no more chemo. We're getting rid of the cancer. And I literally got thrown into surgery right after. So they stopped the chemo right away so that I could do surgery right away. Just some journaling here. And more journaling. This is Carissa did a sketch. This is what my 14 now, but she was 13 here. This is Nezuko from Demon Slayer, but that's just a quick sketch that she did there. Here's Jen, when I joined Jen's Painty Hands Patreon. Here's my postcard I got from her. And we spent some time hanging up on the wall, arranging all of Chris's special anime backpacks. So I just took a picture, and Tokyo Ghoul is another one that she likes. And we did our Hocus Pocus. This was my snack for the night when we watched this. Hocus Pocus 2, I mean. But we did watch the first one a few weeks, and then a few weeks later we watched that one. Here's another little reading I did with my Mystic Martian Oracle. And here's a list of the movies that we watched in October. We didn't get too crazy. I didn't do an October daily or anything, but we watched some of our favorites and a few other new ones that we don't normally watch. And here was some packaging, and this was another Loungefly backpack that I had. These were one of Jen's printables. There's two Jens, Jen from Painty Hands and Jen from Jenny May June. And I just turned it in a backed it with paper and a little tab. More journaling. We went to, these are just a couple purchases I made from the Black Rose Emporium. It was just a little witchy Fright Fest in the village, just in walking distance from my house. They had people who were doing like a little vendor show. It was really cool. And Chris told me I needed this backpack, so I finally got this backpack, this Loungefly backpack, because I love this movie. I just love it. This is a must for Halloween every year. So those are just some other things I had. I was at a bookstore and I found this inside an old book, an old antique bookstore. I don't know, it says 1946 that this was taken. It has some aging on it. I don't know how old the actual postcard is, but Elizabeth Taylor. I really like that picture of her. There's just some scrappy things in here, some receipts. This is, we just did our little backpacks, our Loungefly backpacks on the Haunted Mansions that we had. Haunted Mansion ones. Just some more journaling about getting healthy. I had to go and get a COVID test before I could have my surgery. Here's just a little, some journaling I did. Just more little bits and pieces. I did some journaling in there. This is a spread I did, just of Beetlejuice. This is Winona Ryder, of course, but when this movie came out, this is exactly me when this movie came out. So I got called Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice at school because I looked identical. Like everybody's always said that I looked like Winona Ryder during that time. I wish I still did, but I don't feel like I do as much anymore. But there's Chris's school pictures. She didn't like it, but we ended up getting them anyway. There's one of Dolly's ghosty stickers. And this is the Conjuring. Carissa loves the Conjuring stuff. And here's Lorraine Warren with Annabelle. And there's me with my Annabelle. That was me. So it's the Annabelle that my mother made, which is probably why it's possessed too. Who knows? Anyway, the other movies we watched. More journaling. These are one of Jenny's artwork as well from her Patreon. More YouTubers. The Grim Life Collective. Anybody watch Michael and Jessica? They do a lot of filming locations, spooky stories. What else do they do? Right now, they're actually over in Europe, in Scotland, and doing tours and visiting they're very, very, very respectful, and they do a lot of cemetery visits, true crime, and then talk about movie locations, you know, like where the Lost Boys location, and they go out to all these things. So you get a lot of really cool things on their channel if you ever get a chance to watch them. And then every Halloween is Stephanie Harlow. She does Halloween every October, and she's a YouTuber that does true crime and unsolved creepy criminals, you know, all that kind of stuff. And this year I just did a little like animal symbolism. I kept getting visited by a skunk out here at my house, and it was a big skunk. So I did a little journaling on symbolism with the skunk. So now that I was done all the chemo, there's all my chemo bracelets. I just put them all in one place, and they're all tucked in there because I had to have a bracelet on every week that I went. This is a card from some special people. Here is, I just made this into a little shaker. I'm not sure what I was going to do with it. I just liked it. It's one of Jen's Painty Hands Patreon pages. Ten of Swords. I had a dream about Ten of Swords, so I just did a little journaling about that. More journaling. Here is when I had the PICC line removed. I had a PICC line in my arm to administer the chemo, so that's when I got it off. But thank goodness, oh, I hated that thing on there, but I had to do it. Save my veins. And this was, we went to the psychic fair in our city, and then this was just the number 3. I like the number 3. If I was going to have cookies, I'd have 3 cookies or 3 of something. I don't know what it is. I like 369. My numerology number is a 9. I'm a 9, but 3 goes into it 3 times. I don't know. Anyway, and I don't know how I ended up with the 2 here, but I just threw it in there, and I had just did another little tarot spread. More journaling. Oh, I think I was talking about here about how my hair was starting to grow back on the 29th of November, but I didn't really like how it was going back. So the way it was growing back, so on December 1st, I literally shaved my head back to and got rid of all that fuzz that was coming in. So now my hair's it's touching my shoulders again. And there is The Cure, and this was just one of my favorite songs, Pictures of You, and all the lyrics are just around there. I love The Cure a lot. Love high school. I miss high school. This is Stranger Things. We binge watched season 4. I also have the Stranger Things tarot deck, and like I said, I scanned them all in, and here's just, I did a little reading for myself and did a little journaling about it, and then I stuck them in here. And supporting the Air Cadets. And then we had put the tree up really early, but we don't light it until after Remembrance Day, which we just had now, but this was back in this is 2022, November of last year. And then I have some blank pages. It doesn't matter if I don't end up filling them up. Some gift card I got from a customer. She'd give us a $2 gift card for groceries. Here's Jen's Alien Journal Club the next month, and this little thing came with it. And we had a new moon in Sagittarius. And just some art, little spread here. Art feeds the soul and relieves stress. And I just put Johnny Depp and some of his fabulous artwork there. There's more journaling. Just a little spread, just a quick little collage there. More little spread I did on that one. More journaling. And I got a nice card from an old customer of mine. And Chris got me watching Bungo Stray Dogs, another anime. I really liked it. Some more journaling. And then we're going into Christmas of last year. Oh, this is... I bought some more things from Dolly Shop. What's in here? Oh, I was looking for this. I had bought the sun catcher from her, and I didn't realize I put it right back in there. Oh, well, I better leave that out because I've been looking for that forever. From Dolly Shop, and this is her thank you card that she wrote me. as often as I can, I try to buy from small shops. I just don't believe in all that Temu stuff, and I really appreciate buying from artists. So you'll see a lot of that stuff through here. We went to the mall, and I just did a little scroll through the mall. Here's my first day of radiation. I had to travel every day out of town for an hour. It takes an hour to get there, and that was my first day of radiation. So I had the girls in there take my picture, and I was wearing my wig there. So, and this is Carissa's friend. I should cover her face here. She is she came from Ukraine last year, and they became friends very quickly. So yeah, they had a great friendship. They actually look like sisters. But yes, they had left in a hurry from Ukraine and were actually Carissa ended up with her in her class because they've moved to Canada. So then I had hawks. I saw hawks every day on my drive to radiation. So I did a little symbolism on that. There's some Christmas cards. Oh, here's all my hairdresser friends, all my hairdresser pals, and some customers put together this fabulous basket for us so that we could, I don't know what I would have done with all of the wonderful donations that we've got from friends and, some of my cousins and stuff like that. It's just been a blessing to have people reach out and help out because it's been a struggle, especially as a self-employed person. I mean, I know people say, we get health care for free here, and I'm not complaining about that at all. But when you're self-employed and you're suddenly not allowed to work because, you're not allowed to work, you don't feel like working. But thank goodness that I had some wonderful help. So this one I finished December 31st, and then here's more of my parking tickets and more of Jenny's digitals. And then this one will go a little quicker. I made it a little smaller because I realized that it takes a lot to fill these up. These are from magazine. So I went into the new year, time for changes, January 1st. I started the Daily Stoic again. I had started it before, the year before, and I had used this journal. And I was following along with the Daily Stoic, the emails. But this one, I started to do the actual book, which is this one. And every day there's a passage. So that's what I've been doing from day one of January. So this is just my journal of at 6 in the morning. It's what I do from 6 to 6:15 or 6:20. And this is today. Up to today, we got November 13th. So yeah, I just wanted to do like a journal first thing in the morning, but I'm kind of getting bored of the Daily Stoic. I'm ready to go on to something else. I've done that pretty much 2 years in a row. It's time to, I've got some other books that I'm excited to get into to do something different. So yeah, here's just some things. I had a dream about a golden tiger on my porch. So again, I'm really into the symbolism and everything. And this is Chris and I going for a pancake breakfast when we were on she wanted to skip school and come with me again to radiation because it's such a long, boring drive. Here is the book, Surrender by Bourdeaux. I did of Audible. What a fabulous, fabulous book. If you like, you don't even have to like Bono to appreciate it. If you like U2 music, listening to the book is so, I can't, it's such an experience. It was so fabulous. So here we are, last day of radiation. We went for a nice Red Lobster dinner, or lunch, I mean. My next door neighbors, Katie and Kyle, had given us a gift card to celebrate my last day of radiation. So that was so sweet. And here's more. We went to see Avatar: The Way of Water. We really liked it. And this was Happy Mail, good news. I had got the colon cancer test back negative, so I'm good to go there. Just some extra journaling. I've been getting all kinds of tests to see how I'm doing. So I didn't document my actual surgery, but I guess I can talk about that later. But so these are the things that I wanted to do this year. This year that we're still in is all the things I didn't want to spend money on. So I didn't buy any Ziplocs or Saran. I didn't buy any more Daphne's Diary. I didn't go and purchase coffee at a coffee shop. I made my own coffee already so far this year. I didn't buy paper pads, rubber stamps, paint, charm, nothing. No incense and candles, no knickknacks, no crafting machines, and no tarot decks this year. Nope. And the only books that I was getting was the Audible. Now here is what do you call this? The Demon Slayer character that Chris was going to do for her cosplay project that she had to do for school. It was called a passion project, and she had to show the steps of what she would do. She's had the whole year of grade 8 to do this. So we had to really get started between Christmas and March break to get going on it, because it was due the first part of May. So I had to find a pattern, and yeah, anyway, that was a lot of work. I think I did most of it. I should have got the mark. So we had Pizza Friday. We went to, this was Valentine's Day at the mall. They had a little photo op there, so we just had that. And we went out for Chinese that day, picked it up. And here's just a little thing commemorating my friend's mom who had passed away on February 24th. Just about Pauline, and yeah, that was sad. And then I just looked up what the forecast was for pig, because I am a pig in the Chinese zodiac, but we are in the year of the rabbit, I believe. And just successful affirmations. And we visit my grade 9 boyfriend's mom. I'm still friends with her all these 34 years later. And we played bingo with her on Tuesdays sometimes, or we go and have supper at her place. I started this page. I haven't finished it, but I just want to show. I took a picture of each of them, yes, but I used their digitals and created a tag for each of them that had a digital. And then there's Stephanie from the Chateau Diaries. So there's Lydia and Dolly and Jen. And just made these little I just had a lot of fun doing that. I do have a few more I have to add in there, but that's what I was doing at this time. So Carissa likes this protein shake. I just did some journaling. She was taking the Outsiders at school, so I helped her with that, and it was nice to refresh, because I always love me some Ralph Macchio. Oof. And there's a book I finished, No Longer Human by Osamu Dazai. I love books translated from Japanese authors. So that one, it's a dark book. I don't know. It's a dark book, but I appreciate that kind of stuff. Just more journaling. This was a Zoom thing I started with Alpha through my cousin's wife's church. Snow day. And we went to see the Demon Slayer movie that came out. So we drove to London for that and did some shopping. When was this? March. This was March break. And Krista also had a diabetes appointment, because my daughter's been diabetic her entire life. She's 14 now. She was diabetic. She turned type 1 diabetic at 16 months old. So this is just an award she got if her blood sugars are good. So she also got an award at school for being a terrific kid. 4 kids in the class got a ribbon for being inclusive with everybody. An inclusive friend, I guess. Here's one of Jen's postcards that she sends out for Patreon mail. Just did some journaling. These are some of Dolly's digitals here. I just did some more. These are all little, this here was from this small shop. I'll try to remember to link some of the small shops I bought like little washi tapes and stickers from. We had to go to the library and get some stuff. And this here was a note. I went to my oncology appointment because I was still on meds at that time, and my oncologist had breast cancer, so that was a little crazy to go there to talk about your cancer with your breast cancer doctor, and she can't be there because she's got breast cancer. So that's just craziness. Ugh. Anyway, I purchased some more stickers from Dolly's shop. This is a note she sent me. Here's her business card again, and I love using her cards as my pockets. And these were other things I had purchased, I guess. Here's Krista working on her cosplay outfit right here. That was this first stages of learning how to serge and cut out fabric. And then this was this weird little blue hawk that I had in my yard, and I was a little mad at it. It was cool to see it, but I was mad at it because I'm not going to tell you what that is. All I'm going to say is one dove is down. We're down one dove. Anyway, more journaling. This is my friend and I. They were showing her house. It was on the market, so we sat in her car and had a chit chat while they were showing the house, while real estate was showing the house. And then here's some more digitals from Patreon, and these were the little moon ornaments I'm making. I don't know. Leave my tree up all year round, but these are the moon ornaments and the hearts that I've been making, and you're going to see those later on because I got lots more videos to come. This is the Demon Slayer cosplay costume that we actually finished. Let's see if I can turn back here to show you the picture. See? There's the picture that we were trying to achieve, and there she is. We did a great job. It's like a Japanese uniform. If anybody watches Demon Slayer, they would recognize that uniform. And then this is my dad's brother, my Uncle Don. He passed away. That was very, very sudden, and that was just such a disappointment. Anyway, such a kind man. And there's more journaling. And then I did a little spread with my Light Seers Tarot there with more journaling. We're into May 1st here. And just more journaling. Lots of journaling. And I binge watched Wednesday here. Krista didn't want to watch it with me. I watch it by myself. Lots more journaling. Oh, the coronation. I love anything royal. And I think in another life I would have married Will. But I love Catherine. They're all of me. I'm really much into the royals. I know some people don't care for them, but I do. And just more notes. Mother's Day, my friend brought over a little bit of wine. We shared some wine. It's just a note on Mother's Day. These were Jen's printables. A little note on my altar. More digitals, just more journaling about different things. And my cousin had made me a nice batch of butter tarts with raisins. I know a lot of people don't like raisins, but I do. And I was supposed to share them with my dad, but I don't know if he got very many of them. And then there's my cousins because they were down for my uncle's memorial. And then I love this, get active in your own rescue. So from here on, I was, getting healthy again. Here I am here. I don't like this picture of me, but it was first day without my wig. My hair had started this up. So I felt like Girl Interrupted here with my look there. But this is the thing to say that I got my mammogram clear, come back clear. And let's see what else we got here. Oh, this is Chris's track and field day. And then they had a spring dinner at her school. And I wasn't feeling the hair that day, so I popped my wig back on. It's very weird to go with the wig for so long, and then all of a sudden I just wasn't feeling the great. Then we had taco day. I don't wear my wig now because now I have so much hair and I don't know what to do with it. I don't know. Anybody else had cancer that you get your hair, when your hair grows back in, it grows back in totally different? Yeah, I had long straight hair, and now I have bushy, almost curly hair, and it's just strange. So this was my birthday. We're back at my birthday again, and I passed my hardest moments alone while everyone else believed I was fine. And these are some flowers I got for my birthday. And a birthday lunch with some of my dad's cousins. I took the label off the wine that my friend had brought over. Then we went to the market again. These are some natural soaps that I had got. And an art print of somebody that was called Toadstool and Barrel, that was at the market. We also did a back to school shopping. So we had the garage and that kind of stuff. Just some more journaling, some from Chris's diabetic stuff. There was another market, and I bought some cards from that seller there. And we were out with some friends that day. Summer solstice, some more packaging. Oh, Chris's grade 8 graduation. And there's a picture, there's my dad and her. And she's so cute. And then the corsage that I got her. She was doing her makeup at my craft table. And these were friends of ours that came to, this is my friend Kathy that was going to my chemo appointments. And then these are all Chris's stuff from her school. And one of her favorite teachers and when she got her award. And some of her friends. She was supposed to fill up. These last pages were going to be, we have to print off her phone, her friends that she wanted to include on here. And then these are some of the things we wanted to do this summer. And then there's more tickets for parking. So yeah. So anyway, I'll show you a little bit of, this is the current journal I'm in. This video is getting long. I haven't finished it up. I've still got lots to do, but I thought I'll just do a quick little flip through here because I'll do another one. This is just some more journaling. This was the last day of my chemo meds. After chemo, I did chemo meds after my radiation. So I am currently not taking anything. There's nothing more to do at this point except get stronger every day. Part of getting stronger is we rejoined our archery club for the summer. It was so great to actually start rehabilitating my arm on my left side after my surgery. So that's been a big help. And we really enjoyed that this summer. And yeah, here's some cards I got from the elephant's trunk. And then this was one of them. I just scanned it and used it as a digital in my thing. And one of Chris's friends, her dad's osteopathy, and they opened a new clinic, and we won a door prize for an escape room. Here's some books I've been reading and finishing over the summer. I've got a few more to add there. This is Chris's birthday again. We're back to that. She's an ox and a Leo. She's a Leo ox. If anybody follows any of that stuff, there's just some stuff in there. And we went to Grand Bend for the day and went to the beach. So it was nice. Here's some more art prints. This is the small shop that I ordered from here. And Krista likes these macaron. Oh, this is one of her stickers too, but I really love this print. She likes these macarons that we get at Metro, the grocery store. And then here I had repainted the front porch and I got new flowers. So I'm putting some effort back into the look of my yard again and doing some mulching and weeding and all that. I hate yard work. I hate it. I can't stand it. But this was a Dairy Queen day. And then here's a card that I got, Robin Mead Art. She's on Instagram. If anybody is, I just did one of the cards I got from her shop. These are stickers that were on the packaging that she sent, and I managed to peel it off. But yeah, these are one of her little handmade cards, and I just did a little journaling about things that are sucking the life out of me right now, you know, like procrastination and screen time and things, spending, what's keeping you from being productive. I just wanted to reevaluate where I'm going with my life at this point. Yeah, so here's some, oh, this was some fat quarters I bought, order from, and because as of right now, I have started making quilts, finding some new, learning some new things over the course of my little cancer journey here. This was another vendor at the shoreline that we went to, and I got some handmade soap. Crystal loves handmade soap too, so she always picks it out. And I had a house inspection just to see what the house needed. And then a little memorial of Sinead O'Connor, and that was another surprise death there. And more journaling. And some more fabric I had got from the Bundle Barn Fabrics, and I will showcase on Instagram some of the quilts I'm doing. And So Hungry Hippie, there's some stuff I'd received from there. Not only, I'm having a great time with my Juki right now. Not only am I started quilting, but I'm making zipper pouches and bags and all that stuff. And I just haven't shown anybody all that stuff yet, but I will. I just did a little spread of Outlander because I binge watched it all and the new series had finished there. And I never did do an Outlander. I've watched this 9 times or 10 times. Here's a little piece of Jamie's tartan Fraser tartan. I got this from Lori. Thanks, Lori. I thought I just want to show you. I put that in there. And I have not done much journaling, but yeah, this was, I went for my bone strengthening treatment. This is the spread I got to do. I got to print some pictures off because I don't have any ink left or toner. But we went to the Josiah Henson Museum. That's the Dawn Settlement. I don't know if anybody's, it's for the African Canadian history. It's only about an hour from us, the museum and that there. So Chris had taken about it at school back in grade 7 and 8, and I just wanted to take her there. We live so close to it, and I'd never taken her there to see it. There's just some more things so this is more journaling. And just some things I like, some quotes. So now I do, this was Thanksgiving weekend. I wrote a note. I had some friends drop off a big turkey dinner for us. It was so nice. But yeah, I have this left over here. I don't know if I will finish all the way to December, but I will finish to November for sure. I haven't decided if I just finish out the year here or if I make a new journal for December daily. I don't know. Anyway, if you guys have reached the end of this big babble here, thanks so much. But thanks so much for hanging out, and I am going to be back doing, I do have a lot of stuff to show you, and my shop will be updated, and I've got new things to add, and yeah, so I just wanted to do another little shout out to Liesel from what is Liesel's Instagram? I can't remember now. Everybody Loves Paper or something like that. And for her nice talks about cancer, and Dolly for being such a great friend, and Priscilla for reaching out, and Lori, and a few other non-YouTubers as well that I really appreciate, and my friends and some of my cousins and my friend Kim and Kathy. And anyway, I want to thank you guys for stopping by, like I said, and I appreciate it so much. And I will be seeing you again very soon. Take care, guys.